Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report with yours truly, the Algo Capitalist. Today is Monday, July 23rd, 2018. Jumping right into things, as you can see here. Basically, what do we got? We got a market that is going nowhere. All right, for the last couple of weeks, on this weekly chart of the Dow Jones futures, you can see the market's pretty much been in a trading range up and down. And now starting off this week, it looks like the market's trying to put in another bull run. That will look similar to this section back here where the market put in a bull run. It did put in some new highs, broke out a little bit, but didn't hold it. So I think the market's going to try to break out one more time here. That is what the market seems to be showing us. Well, for one, what has to happen? Number one, we need a close this week above 24,585. If the market can do that, then we have not topped out. The market is in a good position to actually run, and we could have a breakout rally. All right, breakout to the top side. This morning, for those of you that follow me on Twitter and are members of the trading room, you got the alert in real time that this morning futures had set up a bearish two-bar Charlie, and the market did sustain that for the remainder of the trading session. And now here in the overnight markets, this is technically Tuesday's trading now. The Dow's up 41, so it is trying to do a little something. We'll see if the market can get some steam up underneath of it. All right, so that's where we are right now. That's what the market needs to do. We'll see if it has enough in the tank to get it done. All right, so that's what we're looking at on the Dow. Let's see what else we got. Moving on, let's take a look now at silver. Silver, as you can see, is locked in on long-term. Long-term trend momentum is bearish. Short-term trend momentum is bearish. And silver just keeps on hitting new lows. Last week, we hit this new spike down low, which is acting like a pointer right now. So I'm expecting to see prices head even lower. All right, and this low here of 1518 should be taken out. Should be this week, unless the market's going to put in a short-term bottom, which I doubt. This low, last week's low, should be taken out. Long-term bearish momentum, short-term bearish momentum. Market's head straight down. Now it has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be the 7th week if the market closes down. What could put in a short-term bottom on the weekly chart? Market needs to close above 1583 this week. Can it do it? I doubt it, but you know anything is possible. We shall see. System still bearish on the silver. All right, looking at the Russell futures, bullish as can be, needs to maintain a close this week above 1673.10. If it can do it, then the market's in a great position to continue to rally. Lose this daily momentum here, and the market would be technically toast, as trend line support is all the way down here. All right, at 1601. And that will be quite a drop. And then long-term trend line support is at 1534. That's a long way down from where it is now. But I think the markets want to rally. Equities seem to be shaking off all negative aspects of any news whatsoever. All right, here is crude oil. Crude oil is on its way down, folks. Down, down, down. What can stop this? We had positive weekly momentum here, and then the market decided to fall, even though we were showing some sustained heavy positions on the long side. All right, so as the market was coming down, bulls took that as a pullback and a reason to buy to help support the market. All right, so far we're not seeing the outcome of that, and this last week is showing as a pointer. But the market seems to be well supported down here. All right, so we'll see if we can get something going. Right now, momentum is absolutely flat. I know you see the blue daily momentum line turned up like that. Okay, so that means this market needs to close this week above $70.70 to relock in bullish momentum. All right, momentum is pointing up. It was sideways during this situation here. So this is showing us that we don't see any long-term substantiated bearishness here. In the short term, it's just a consolidated situation where you're trading within a range, you know, top side here, bottom side here. That's what this signifies. That's why it's moving sideways and not going straight up or straight down like you do in trending markets. Like back here, you're going straight up, market's trending. All right. Even when it came down here, it pointed down, but it wasn't straight down like this. It was just like kind of sideways to slightly bearish, meaning that any downside was going to end up being well supported and then bid back up, and that's what you had here in the following weeks. So right now, crude oil is trying to decide what it wants to do. Does it want to turn up here? I'll be on the lookout for that. I don't see it falling off of a cliff. I see momentum sneaking in as bulls are bidding up and supporting the market right here. All right, what we got? We got now on the NASDAQ 100 futures. Let's see. Looks like the Russell momentum is kind of moving sideways though. So we could be building a range. All right, so even though you got long-term trend line momentum is bullish, all right, the short-term trend line momentum is sideways, showing that the market may have ceased trending higher at this point and is now going to be range bound. If that is the case, then we expect any pullback to come down and find its support here, depending on if it's going to extend the range down or not. But then the top side would probably extend up too. You kind of get those weird kind of markets because you see how back here, how it just went straight up without any real pullback. So technically speaking, this right here is a key support, but down here is also a bigger support. All right, because you didn't have any corrections along the way, not any real ones. So this is a good support, and this is a good support here. Making sense to you? Good. NASDAQ needs to hold 71.93 3/4 this week in order to maintain the integrity of the bullish uptrend move. Failure to do so, you know what that means. Way down here we go. All right, and that's a long way to go, hundreds of points. Don't see it coming, but you never know what can happen. All right, looking at natural gas, as you can see, trend momentum is bearish. Short-term momentum is sideways to slightly bearish here. So not going anywhere anytime soon. All right, looking at gold. Momentum is pointing down on the daily, and the weekly momentum is also bearish. And it's falling from way up here, just straight down basically. So we'll see where the support goes, but this is a pointer, and I think last week's low is in jeopardy of being taken out. All right, taking a look at mini S&P, sort of like the Dow story, but the mini S&P 500 futures has already broken out topside, and the Dow has not. So I think the market will be well supported, as it's now going to be just trade in a range here, as indicated by the daily momentum. Long as the market holds 27.54 3/4, you should be fine on the bull side of things. All right, let's see. This is the Bitcoin futures. Bitcoin futures is trying to continue its retracement. All right, it's right here at the short-term, the intermediate trend line, which is around 78.08. All right, having problems there. All right, that's a key resistance area. The bottom of the Kumo cloud, though, does come into play, which is around 10.6. All right, remember I told you that before. So technically, it's the bottom of the Kumo cloud. All right, that's 10.6. All right, that's probably where the market's going to bump its head. Is anywhere between there. It doesn't have to come up and touch this, folks. It could die somewhere around in here in the middle. It could die at 9,000, but we know this is a technical resistance area, and right now it's at a major one also. Longer term trend line resistance is this orange line here, okay? And that is around 11,793, okay? The Bitcoin futures trades in increments of 5, so that would be 795, folks. That's going to be a tough one. I don't know if it can do it. It still has some issues on, down here that it needs to deal with. And this low of 58.80, I don't think it's going to stand. That's a major pointer, folks. So I see prices getting ready to stall out something between now and this 10,000 level. I see this rally getting sold heavy, folks. So just be on the lookout for that. Now, we trade what we see until then, but just be ready. Be nimble. All right, you got weekly momentum that is turned bullish, and the daily momentum is now sideways. So we could start forming a trading range at this time also. It doesn't have to be either or. It doesn't have to rally or crash. Right now it's looking like it may build some sideways action and trade within a range for a little bit. Okay, but still maintain the weekly momentum on the bull side. So just keep your eyes and ears open. Be nimble on this one and take profits quickly. All right, that's about it. That's all we got. So remember, pulsewavetrading.com. You can come and learn how to trade these markets, get live alerts, rally and crash alerts, and also get trading with yours truly, coaching, live coaching, study courses available, all that good stuff. We'll get you up and running so that you can learn how to use the pulse wave system to your advantage. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. Peace.